It really did. And here's a Dave Gard arrangement of a Ray Charles song, written back in the day when people used to be jealous. It's called "Leave My Woman Alone." Well, if you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. Say, just leave my woman alone. Well, I know you are a playboy, and you've got your women all over town. But listen, never try to sweet talk my little girl. I'm gonna lay your body down. Well, if you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. Say, just leave my woman alone. Well, I know you've got your money, and you've got a new convertible too. Well, if I ever see my little girl in your little car, I'm gonna do some work on you. Well, if you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. Say, just leave my woman alone. Well, I don't believe in trouble, and I don't want to start a fight. So if you take heed and stay away from my little girl, everything will be alright. If you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. Say, just leave my woman alone. Great, Benny, I must go. We're having a good time.
Nice job.
All right, thanks. I'm going to come here next month, and I'm going to practice ain't misbehaving before I get here.
Terry Collins, everybody. Give him a nice round of applause. Ready to rock?
Yeah, I don't know what now. Took a pen and wrote it on a piece of paper one afternoon, and that's all I seemed to be doing. There was some little things happening in my life, and I just grab a pen and write it down on paper. So here goes. I am nothing but a ham. That's all I am. Just a conceited little bit. The heights I want to hit. A diamond in the rough, Mom said. No bluff. Okay, she's direct, honest, and an old bird so tough. So okay, I'll do what I think I can't. My words, your ears, I chant. Give me some more time. Enjoy a life sublime. Beauty surround me, a gift of mine, all mine. Look out, world, and watch me shine. Now, I needed a bed, so I had purchased a really comfortable blow-up air bed at Walmart, and it was so comfortable I couldn't believe it, so I wrote a poem about the bed. My bed. I go to dreamland on the floor. An automatic inflatable comfort to rest my head. And then remember dreams no more. All I do now is snore. The tufts are a wonder. My back feels delight. I'm sure of a good sleep for the night. It's double height and flock light. I really am glad to have my bed. Now, I wrote this a while back. It's about my daughter Amy when she was a child, and I was either working, I was raising my 4 children alone, and I had a nice neighbor who came and took care of the kids, and she wouldn't take any money from me. And she said, just cook. And I said, okay, so you come over tomorrow or tonight and I'll cook us something to eat. She was a sweetheart. We went to church with the kids every Sunday. We had a good time. A child prays before she goes to bed, a pillow soft to rest her little head. Her Annie listens as she asks for safety in the night, her drink, her potty all prior. Glad is she done with play. Good night, Jesus, I'm tired. Pray. She said, good night, Jesus, I'm tired. Okay, these are for our soldiers. No greater honor, courage, strength, faith, giving, no greater love is this than a soldier who dies so that we may live. Now, I went to a therapist for a while, back a few years ago. I wasn't feeling good. And she really hit the nail on the head with me. She helped me to straighten out and fly right. So I wrote her a little poem. Thank you, Carol. I can think more clearly. Your words of encouragement spoken so dearly. No web will I weave. Your Shakespearean quote, I only perceive something to focus on, and so I see only truth can set us free. This, I was shopping at Kroger's one afternoon, and I am always looking for bargains, and my son calls me a bird dog. He says, you know, Mom, you've got a house with all this hodgepodge, and you find these things off the street. Well, I leave it on the porch in the summertime, and I clean it up real good and water it down and polish it and scrub it and turn it into something new. And I just like to do that. I like to make it look like it's, you know, never been used. But while I'm getting off on a tangent here because I want to read about a flower I wrote about. I was in Kroger's and I see all these boxes of flowers, and they're like $7.99 to get a box of flower, an amaryllis flower with a bulb in a box. You take it home and you put it in a thing, and it takes about 4 months for the damn thing to grow. So anyway, I found one that was already started. So I got it for only $4. So here it is. Amaryllis, beautiful flower. Ne'er I see such a magnificent tower. Brilliant blooms burst through with pride. Petals so huge, so wide. Ere to look upon such a delight has me in its power tonight.